Alright, this is Calibos, and we are playing Beyond the Skies. So, what I have done is I'm kind of starting to automate some of the mechanism garbage. So, let me explain to you what's going on. And I've already set this first machine up, and I'm going to set up the other two in a second, so you can watch. So, if you'll notice, this one is filled with redstone, and it is staying full of redstone, despite the fact that it is processing iron. So, I hit the jetpack. This is just exporting redstone into it, and I've got the configuration set up so that the back, which is the infusion, is set to purple. Input is here, and output is the top. And I'm basically going to set all of these up identically. So what I did was metallurgic. So that's this thing. We take that and we go uses for it. And then we look at the recipes. And so what I did was I looked through and I'm seeing compressed obsidian, tin to make bronze. So we're going to need one for obsidian dust or compressed obsidian. We're going to need one for diamond. I'm not sure that I care about biofuel. We'll need one for charcoal. And I think that's pretty much what we need, because the diamond one will take the pulverized obsidian and make the refined obsidian. Diamond, yeah. So it looks like, because these are just alloys, so let's set this next one up for, how do we make pulverized obsidian? I don't remember, it was something weird. Pulverized obsidian. Enrichment chamber. So we're going to need a, so we can, we need an enrichment chamber to turn obsidian into pulverized obsidian, which I find kind of silly. I would personally feel that it would go in the crusher, but you know, I don't bother designing mods. It seems like a lot of work just to get griefed on. And I know I'm probably part of the problem. It's stone bricks. We'll have it make 1,000. Okay, and it will eventually do all this thing. Okay, so there we go. So here's the back, and we're needing to put an export bus on it. Ooh, not so very much what I wanted to do, not so very much at all. Okay, so we've got the export bus, and we're going to want to put, let's see, diamonds. Now, theoretically, I should actually be doing compressed diamonds or something. Uh-oh. Okay, took it. It's just because it is more efficient. And so we're going to clear all of these slots. We want this to be purple. And it'll take a second for device is now online. Empty. Let's get a capacity card or two. So the reason that I'm putting capacity cards on here is if you do this, it speeds it up. I could also put acceleration cards on there or just acceleration cards. Don't tell me I need to do something special. Let me check. Okay. So clearly I need to do a different thing. I suspect, now that I'm thinking about it, it's diamond dust. Metallurgic. I always misspell that thing. So, uses. So diamond dust, compressed diamond. So it won't take whole diamonds. So in that case, we need to look for, let's see, I'm sure we have some diamond. How do we make the compressed diamond? I guess as long as we're being forced to do something, we might as well make it efficient, right? So we need an enrichment chamber. So let's throw down for an enrichment chamber. Enrichment chamber. See, I do this so that you guys don't have to. So what that tells me is we don't actually have all the ingredients, otherwise it would just let us craft it. Yeah. Do we have the instructions for steel casing in there? We do. Okay. So now we can just make the enrichment chamber. There we go. One enrichment chamber. So, as I recall, the enrichment chamber is also where we need to make the let's do that. Is also where we need to be doing our is this a good one? How are we doing on stone? Let's check on our stone. Our obsidian, so that's going to be kind of helpful. Should use up my builder's once, I guess. I'm going to get hit by lightning, I know it. Turn myself into a charged creeper, that'd be something. I wonder if... Yeah, I'm sure that that's not a thing. That would be crazy. So, we should have another power cell in here. Oh, typing. You can tell that I've been just prepping power cells. I think it's a little bit more. So the idea is that I am trying to set this up so that we have different floors here. I am going to, at some point, do the whole elevator thing. I think I can just go out one more. There we go. So we can do the whole elevator thing. So we'll want another power cell there. Link it to the network, output. Get to the network, output. So we want the enriching factory here. And we're going to want to bring our smart cable. That's this big thing, the dense smart cable. I like how it's both dense and smart. So we're going to need a import bus to go into the system. Let's see if we have another one of the metallurgy computers. Sweet. I knew that I had made a couple of them because, honestly, I hate forestry, and so they were just kind of a pain in the butt. So it looks like I have this pattern that I've set up, and I'm going to keep to it. So we do that, and that keeps this other one from joining in. Then we do that, and that, and that. Then we get some more smart cable. I have no idea why I look up to do the thing. I assume it has something to do with, you know, the way that my hand is. Alright. And then one forward, and that's that. Now this one's actually going to be easier because we're just going to have to bring that down and across. And so we need some interfaces. Interface. We'll make 10 because I'm sure that we'll use them for something, probably. Alright, so enriching factory. Let's hop up to the top. Let's make ourselves an interface. So this device should pick up a channel any second now. There we go. This should be device online. Sweet. So now we want to take some diamond and some obsidian. We want to get some speed, because speed's good. Did I not teach you how to make the speed upgrades? Because we're going to want 4 for each machine. There it is. Okay, so let's do that. We're going to pop in some upgrades. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to muffling upgrades. Muffling upgrades. We want... Who am I joking, right? We want a couple of these. So it's actually probably going to start using that machine over there. So let's do that. This one. Upgrades, muffling. Okay. Let's pop these in here. All right, so it's actually making this as a recipe now. So we've got this. We want to throw down for one of these, and we don't care if it goes into the system. And one of these. All right, so we have the compressed diamond and we have the pulverized obsidian. So it's already putting stuff in the top input. So the back is the middle one. The back is where we want the output to go. So now we can go ahead and come over here to obsidian again. Clear this. Tell it that it's a processing pattern, which means the output's pretty weird. And we'll take a piece of obsidian, and this is what we're going to tell it. That is how you make that. And then we're going to go up here to diamond. And we're going to go diamond. I'm an idiot. I'm carrying it in my inventory. So take one of these and one of these, and we'll make that. So now we toss these two in here. And theoretically, we should just be able to, let's make a crafting card. Crafting card, we'll need one of these, and by one I meant 2. So we're going to need this. So what we're going to tell this one, oh man, what we're going to tell this one is not diamonds, but plates. And if it has to, make it. So now it's taking a second to figure out what the heck is going on. And now it's going, oh, well, I need diamond plates to put into this thing. So now it is putting diamond plates in here. How's that for cool, right? Now, because it doesn't know how many it's going to need, it's just making them one at a time. And that's fine. So at this point, we're going to need an import bus because we have it infusing from the back. Now, the top is just where I'm putting the import buses, so we'll go to the top here. Auto eject on. Top is the output, and we'll put that there. And then we need our handy dandy interface here. Handy dandy interface. So now we're going to look at what recipes require diamond in the metallurgic infuser. So if we say obsidian, that will give us refined obsidian dust. And it looks like it's only the obsidian dust. All right, do you see anything else that requires the diamond? So if we use enriched alloy, we'll get the reinforced. So let's go ahead and start with those. Obsidian, clear that. So if we say input 1 pulverized obsidian, and then our output will be, I can't remember. It's on the first page. Our output will be the refined obsidian. So do we have any of the refined obsidian? Refined obsidian. Let's take some of the obsidian dust and feed it through really quick. So at this point we should actually have some muffling upgrades. So now we should have some refined obsidian dust in here. So we pop this in here, tell it that is how we make the refined obsidian dust. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to grab some enriched alloy here. And the enriched alloy, we'll make it, tell it to make 10. And then, what was it? It was... it makes the reinforced alloy. So we'll clear this. So let's check our crafting status. Okay, so we're still making these. That's fine. Speed, which speed upgrades does it have? 2. Oh my gosh. So while it's playing around, let's make a thing for speed upgrades because we're going to be making a few of these as well. Make that a pattern. Now I've gone ahead and added this interface terminal so that I don't have to walk back and forth quite as often with the area right over here. I figured out what the deal is with the channels. So it only likes to handle 8 of the interfaces at a time. So that's why this says 8. And then I simply I separated this so that it doesn't have like errors. and then I made a block of these processors, interfaces and assemblers. And then I have been kind of filling them up. I put acceleration cards in when I first made them. And I think what I'm going to do is neaten this up slightly. We'll see how I end up arranging it. But again, I would like to go to the ceiling and stuff. But we'll sort it out. I also covered this up because it, looking at the processor, hits my FPS pretty hard apparently. So that was exciting to discover. So looking at our crafting status, this is just like 1,000,000 bricks that I'm making. That has nothing to do with anything. We're still making these muffling upgrades, and the holdup is this enriched alloy. So it's just a matter of waiting for them. And once we get the enriched alloy, we'll be able to do some of the rest. So let's look at some of the other things that we want to be making. Metallurgy confuser with the diamonds. So we've got a recipe for that. We are about to make the recipe for this. Seven, 8. Okay, so it looks like we have all of those recipes. So let's set the next one up for coal. So we'll do that by putting an export bus on the back. Export bus. And that's export bus. We'll get a piece of coal. I'm assuming that I have 1,000,000 coal, so I'm not carrying precisely so much. I have 35,000. Okay. So there's a little bit of coal in the system somewhere. And each one is going to give us 10 carbon for the purposes of this. Let's get some upgrade cards in there. Capacity. We'll make 2 of those. And once it gets going, it's not super big deal, but it can take a second to really kick in. So let's look at our interface. So this is the back. We want to change that to infusion, clear the rest. All right, so now we want to put our import on the top. Import. Now I'm pretty solid that there are better ways of doing what I'm doing. But, you know, this works. It's a fairly simple system. We'll make 10 of these because no crafting CPUs are available. Because I'm doing stuff. That's right. Okay, so we're almost done with that. We're going to have to make... All right, so this bad boy's nearly done. We're actually going to have to go through and make some more crafting CPUs. And that would be these things here. So let's look at 64K. We'll make 2 if we can. Watch for it to finish. All right. So we have these. Now we need crafting unit. Take one of these and another one of these. Oops. I think we can make some fluics. Go. So we'll need another one of these. And then we'll need one of these. And a 64K. There we go. All right, so we have that. We're just going to peel a cable off here. We have a cable somewhere. Throw it there, and that should give us more crafting processors. Okay, so we all heard the ding. That is the official ding of doom. It is time to call it alloy. So if we take one of these and one of those, and we do this, so now we have told it if we stick a so let's make one. So we'll tell it to make one, and so what it does is theoretically oh wait, have I there. So now we can automatically have it make all of our enriched alloys into the reinforced alloys. So we have bumped up the chain as far as things that we can craft automatically. So yeah, I would like to thank you guys for coming. If you liked the episode, leave a like. If you don't. Questions, comments, concerns, they can all go below. Unless somebody really wants to see it, and I suspect that, it's a lot of repetition at this point. I'm just going to finish setting these up. You've all seen how it works now. And we're just going to automate a couple more steps in the mechanism tree is really all I'm doing, so that I can order things that I need ordered. Like, I don't know, muffling upgrades, speed upgrades, exciting things like that. So yeah, thanks for coming. Have a good night.